In case you haven't seen any of the other recordings yet on our price list customizations, we've released a few price list customizations in Odoo for some of our clients, and I wanted to showcase them a little bit because I think they're pretty cool. Let's get into it. I'm just going to jump over to a price list. Display price list on products. There's another video for that, and you just saw that when I clicked away from the product, that you can actually see the price list prices on a product when they're applicable. But I want to look at something different. Let's open up this rule. Now, Odoo has some options to compute price. They have fixed price, they have discount, and they have formula. And if you're using formula, you can base it on cost, sales price, or another price list, which is pretty cool. Here's what Odoo offers. If you wanted to do it by markup, then you can do it to a negative discount. So you can do negative 15%, and that's going to be 15% markup over cost. However, what this is not is margin, which is the way most businesses should be calculating their prices. It should be margin over cost. This is what Odoo has. Let's go back into what we have here for computing price lists. So we have the same three. We didn't touch those. But if you click on markup or margin formula, this is ours. Now, ours can still be based on sales price, cost, or another price list. And in most cases, it's going to be cost. Here, you can use margin or you can use markup. It's totally up to you. And we've added some information over here on the right to show you the difference. For using markup, use margin as toggled off. So let's put markup of 30%. In our example, the base price, which is cost of $100, if we have a 30% markup, an example result would calculate like this: $100 plus 100 times 30 equals $129. So a 30% markup is $129. Now, that's actually not exactly correct. If you're good at math, you would have noticed. Let me turn off one of our other features, and you can see exactly what it should be. So it would be $130 if you're not going to round it. And I'll show you how our rounding works. That's going to be a separate video because it's its own thing, and it's really cool. You can look for that on our channel. It should be released around the same time that I'm publishing this one. We show you here what the calculation is and the result. So that just helps you get an understanding of how it is actually calculating. We thought that might be nice to include. Okay. So that is how you do markup. So we had markup of 30%. So let's do the same thing. Let's do 30% on margin. And let's do $100 again. So if we have $100 with 30% margin, then our sales price is actually going to be $142.86. So you can see the important difference that we're calculating here. If you mark things up 30%, you're not going to have 30% margin on your sales at the end of the day. So it's important to have margin available. However, we thought some people will still use markup, so we put the option in and we just show the calculation here on the side. We think this is a really nice feature on price list rules.